Okay, today we're going to talk about the range extender rocket. The idea is to take our regular 15 millimeter bangers, screamers, whistlers, silver comets, where we can go beyond the range that you achieve by simply firing out of your launcher as normal. So with the range extender, we still fire out of the 15 millimeter launcher. It's propelled by the blank cartridge, just like a normal 15 millimeter. The first thing that should be done always, these cartridges, we're in Alberta, it's a dry environment here. This stick is held on with the label and glue, which can dry in time. So it's always best to give it a good rub, hard rub to kind of generate heat and reactivate the glue. Before you put in the launcher and fire, give a tug to make sure that stick is in there firm. The stick itself is like a tail on a kite. It's absolutely necessary. Should not be cut down. Its tail is to give flight stability. There are sheets here that explain how you fire, and it's very important that you always fire at a minimum of 75-degree angle, which is quite pronounced. There's always sheets with these products because the rocket, when it leaves the launcher, will drop somewhat, and depending on how many cartridges you load. So remember to rub. Now to install a cartridge, you'll see slits cut in the rocket end itself, where the muzzle, where the cartridges go. Here I'm putting a screamer in. You could put a single banger in, always dark end first. Banger's a little tight. Screamers, remember, hollow end in first. Whistlers, they're same color, a little different than a banger. They're an off red, but again, hollow end in first. Many people just shoot them like this. It is possible, if you want even greater range and multiple scaring effects, is to stack multiple. And I'm going to show you that right now. Always, if you're going to do multiples, you have to always start with a screamer. And the screamers are capable as a booster. We'll talk more about that later, where the pyro composition burns through and lights the next stage. To do that, you need to use our tubes. Now, all the cartridges have slightly different diameters at either end. So for the tubes to fit nice and snug on one end, they don't fit as snug on the other. And you can achieve that by deforming the end of the tube a little. I like to moisten it inside. Kind of works as an adhesive. You do this ahead of time, but you don't want it sitting too long. Another way to do it is you can put it in your mouth with a little bit of saliva and kind of chewing on it, deform it as well. So hollow end in. So I've got a screamer and a screamer. And you can put it in your launcher, and it will whoosh and go out about 700 to 800 feet with the rocket. Then the screamer kicks in, goes out another couple hundred feet, and then the second screamer. Now there is a point of diminishing return. Remember, the first stage, if it's going to be multi, always has to be a screamer. A screamer banger is another good combination. And it's so you get the whoosh, you get the scream, and then a bang at the end of the flight. But the maximum you can do is, and it's on the sheets that come with the range extenders, is screamer, screamer, comet banger. We're going to talk more about comet bangers in a minute. It's a very popular pyro cartridge. It's 15 millimeter. It can be used alone in the muzzle cup, just like any normal 15. It's only 15 millimeters in length, and that is what enables you to do a double stage. Okay, I'm going to just put that together now. Now the Comet Banger, very often, because it's a little bigger diameter, simply take the tube, take a screamer, hollow end, and just kind of ream it around. And now the Comet Banger fits. So, in review, the maximum you can do in a range extender rocket would be rocket, screamer, screamer, Comet Banger. No more. And the reason this works is because it's short and it creates some nose weight. And it doesn't get nose heavy where it would keyhole or tumble. And then, of course, you just take your cartridge, your stick, and put it in the muzzle cup and take it to 75 degrees as pictured here. And off it goes. The maximum range we've ever achieved in this combination is about 1,100 feet. It depends a little bit on wind.